Walk into an upscale restaurant, a stylish coffee shop, or any social event, and you'll notice a subtle but undeniable dynamic. Attractive women, often younger, seem drawn to men who are clearly older. Not only the wealthy or famous, but regular men in their 40s, 50s, and beyond who embody certain qualities that younger men have not yet developed. These qualities don't come from tricks, manipulation, or games. They emerge naturally through lived experience, personal growth, and a deepening sense of authentic masculinity. So what makes older men so magnetic? Let's explore the key qualities that women find irresistible in mature men, and why these traits are the result of age, wisdom, and real self-development. 1. Emotional stability that comes from life experience ***. The first quality that sets older men apart is emotional steadiness. Unlike the fragile bravado of youth, this is not an act, it's the unshakable calm that comes only from having faced life's storms and survived. Younger men often mistake volatility for authenticity, passion for drama, and intensity for strength. But older men know that true strength lies in self-regulation, consistency, and the ability to remain centered regardless of circumstances. They've lived through enough failures, heartbreaks, and setbacks to understand that reacting emotionally rarely improves a situation. I learned this myself through hard lessons in my 30s, a business failure that taught me resilience, a painful divorce that forced me to confront my patterns, and the death of my father that reminded me what really matters. Each of these experiences, though difficult, gave me an emotional stability I could never have possessed in my 20s. Women recognize and value this stability. When conflicts arise, mature men don't get defensive or aggressive. They listen, process, and respond thoughtfully. When stress hits, they don't spiral or catastrophize, they draw on decades of experience solving problems. This calm presence creates safety. In a chaotic world, women are naturally drawn to men who remain steady and grounded, because it allows them to relax, trust, and feel secure. 2. Authentic self-knowledge and acceptance ***. Another hallmark of maturity is deep self-understanding combined with genuine self-acceptance. Younger men are often still figuring out who they are, striving for external validation, and chasing an identity they think they should have. Older men, however, have usually done the inner work. They know their strengths and weaknesses. They understand what they want, what they value, and what they refuse to compromise on. This clarity breeds a quiet confidence that doesn't rely on impressing others. I remember the shift clearly in my late 30s. For years I tried to mold myself into the person I thought society wanted me to be, more outgoing, more extroverted, more social. But eventually I embraced my natural introversion, realizing it brought depth to my relationships. I stopped apologizing for who I was and started valuing authenticity over performance. This kind of self-acceptance is attractive because it invites others to be authentic too. When a man is comfortable with his own contradictions and complexities, women feel safe being their true selves as well. Conversations deepen, trust grows, and connections become far more genuine. 3. Purpose and direction beyond romance ***. Mature men are also attractive because they carry a sense of purpose that extends well beyond dating or relationships. Younger men may center their energy on chasing partners or validation, but older men often have careers, passions, and pursuits that provide fulfillment regardless of relationship status. This purposeful direction creates layers of attractiveness. First, it makes men more interesting to be around. They have stories, experiences, and passions to share. Second, it demonstrates discipline and follow-through. They've set goals and achieved them. And third, it signals wholeness. They're not looking for someone to complete them. They're looking for someone to share an already meaningful life with. A man who is deeply engaged in his purpose radiates energy that draws others in. Women are especially drawn to this because it signals ambition, stability, and independence, all qualities that promise a strong, balanced partnership. 4. Generosity that comes from abundance ***. One of the most magnetic traits of older men is generosity. Not just financial generosity, though that can play a part, but a deeper emotional generosity that comes from abundance. Younger men often operate from scarcity, hoarding time, money, and attention because they feel they don't have enough. Older men who have built stability and confidence operate differently. They can give freely, without expecting something in return, because they know they're not losing anything by sharing. This generosity shows up in small but powerful ways. An older man might treat someone to dinner not to impress, but simply because he enjoys it. He might invest in experiences, travel, concerts, great meals, because he understands that shared moments create lasting memories. More importantly, he gives emotionally, paying full attention during a conversation, remembering details, offering genuine support without keeping score. I witnessed this firsthand in my mentor, a businessman in his 50s. He was constantly connecting people, sharing opportunities, and offering advice without expecting anything back. His abundance attracted people effortlessly. Women, in particular, sense when generosity is real, and it becomes incredibly magnetic. 5. The wisdom to value connection over conquest ***. Perhaps the most profound shift in mature masculinity is learning to prioritize genuine connection over conquest. Younger men often approach relationships like a game, seeking validation, collecting experiences, chasing the thrill of the chase. But older men, shaped by years of both failed and successful relationships, begin to value depth, compatibility, and true intimacy. I saw this shift in myself. In my 20s and early 30s, I was obsessed with proving my desirability, impressing women, and stacking up experiences. But over time, I realized the emptiness of surface-level attraction without real compatibility. I began prioritizing quality over quantity, depth over excitement, and long-term potential over short-term chemistry. This wisdom changes how older men date and connect. They become more selective with their time, more transparent with their intentions, and more focused on building intimacy rather than playing games. Women recognize and respect this, because it makes them feel valued for who they are, not as conquests or ego boosts. Final thoughts. Becoming attractive through authentic growth. If you're an older man who recognizes these qualities in yourself, understand their true value. They are not tricks, they're the product of years of experience, challenges, and growth. Younger men simply haven't had enough time to cultivate them yet. Remember, real attractiveness comes not from strategy or performance, but from authentic self-development. The men who are most magnetic, at any age, are those who are genuinely focused on becoming better versions of themselves, not for external approval, but for their own fulfillment and growth. When you live with purpose, accept yourself fully, and continue evolving, attraction becomes effortless. Age brings wisdom, but only if you're paying attention. So keep learning, keep growing, and embrace the man you are becoming. That's the kind of maturity women can't help but be drawn to.